Alright, hello. In this video, we'll go over how to actually set up for rendering the various scenes. So the previous video or the other video is all about preparing the shots for rendering, and then that assumes that, or this video assumes that you've cleaned everything up and you've created all the necessary states. So this is how do you take it from those states and from that cleanup process into rendering. Now, before this shot should also be any lighting that needs to be done. Okay, so if we go up to File, Open, I'm just going to choose one that's already been cleaned, or I should say prepared. Doesn't have much in the way of lighting, but yeah. So here's the scene in the upper left hand corner of a particular view. You can go into cameras and see if there's any others. This one only has one. Um, we may choose to render more at a later time. Anyway, so we just scrub through, make sure that things look fairly decent. Okay, no obvious problems. Alright, so most of the work should have been done for us at this point. So if you go up to Tools, go to Manage, Scene States, we should have 5 states here. If we hit F10 or go to Render Setup, that will open up our render options. Now we want to set it to active time segment. We want to make sure that we're at full resolution. And right now, we're in our color pass because this is the default of how it should open up. If it doesn't look like it's color, just click on the color and click restore. Okay, now let's choose our file. Okay, so we're going to put the renders inside of footage, raw, scene, and then we make a directory with this name. Now we're going to remove all periods from the names. Most of them I've already done this. So we'll do 0, 3-5, and then the same name. So cool food. We'll put all files for this, even if there's multiple cameras. We just want to keep the shots together. So we go into here, and now we put in our file name. So the file name is very similar to the scene name. So we do scene 01, 03-5 for the 3.5, cool food, and now we also back here we'll put an A for the first camera, B for the second, C for the third, and so forth. Then we do cool food, and this is color, and put an underscore because it's going to start putting in a bunch of numbers, one for each frame. We want to go to the TIF or the TIFF format, and then we click on save. It should bring up a dialog box, and we want to choose 16-bit color with pack bits. No alpha channel. We don't want to worry about that. Okay, even though most of our scenes should be 100% coverage, we just want to minimize any possible issues, since we're not doing much with the background anyways. So we have 16-bit color, pack bits, click OK. Alright, now it should be doing things relative to the current directory. At this point, you need to submit it to the render garden, and that should be clear. Everything else should already be set up. So adaptive subdivision, -3 and 2, outline, object outline, and normal threshold are the primary ones. From this point on, you can just click render. The only difference is if you're doing the Toon one, you want to go up to rendering, environment, click on V-Ray Toon, and make sure that the pixels are set to 3. Otherwise, it'll just be way too thin. Okay. Alright. So that's basically it. At this point, you would just click render, and then you're all set. When it comes time to do the next one, what you would do is you'd click on, say for example, we need to do the depth pass. We click on restore. We want to restore all 3 qualities. Click on restore. Our viewport isn't going to be very helpful, but we can go in here, active time segment, 1920 by 1080, change our file to Z depth, click save, and then that's it. You just keep going through it. So the one thing to be careful of is when you go from Toon to the next one, just make sure that you turn off the environment effect, and you can quickly do that just with this little active button. Once you're done with this, you click render. That's it. So you just go through each one, submit them to the render garden, and hopefully they'll do the trick. Cheers.